I did put one back though because I realized that for breakfast I'll have these ones. But this is the first week in over a month that I'll be working 5 days straight, which is a lovely streak. I've loved having that. I had gone to Spain and then I came back on a Tuesday, so I'd had that Monday off. And then I'd had interviews that I was conducting on a Friday, so it didn't feel like a real work week even at the end of the week that week. And then the week after that, I took that Friday off because I went to Gatlinburg for a bachelorette weekend. So that was also not a complete week. And then this past week, I was conducting interviews again on Friday, so I had to finish up all of my work before then. And having that so out of the ordinary on Friday made it feel as though it was a 4-day work week again. This week though, nothing of the sort. No PTO, working 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, and I'm going to love every second of it, or try to. Insane grocery haul to show you today. This one is a little bit more expensive than last time. It was $245, but we got some really good things and we got a lot of really great discounts. For example, So Many yogurt, protein yogurts, 20 grams, 45 cents each, and they don't even expire for over 2 more weeks. So we will definitely be able to eat all of these. I'm planning on meal prepping for lunches this week, and I needed some shredded chicken for that. This is pulled, not shredded, but it was on discount as well, and so we'll be using that. Turkey sausages have been one of my favorite lower calorie, higher protein breakfasts. It's just so easy. We got some hash browns as well, and then kind of just a brief overview of the produce. Avocados, mangoes, bananas, broccolini, these super nutrition protein greens, some tomatoes, some garlic, some green onions, some of which is for my lunch recipes that I'm planning on making. We got beef and ground turkey for protein sources, as well as chicken breast, tortillas, cheese, blackberries. All of this is pretty regular things. This has been my favorite. Well, it's my second favorite Halo Top Mix-Ins flavor, but they keep not having my first favorite, but it is very, very good. Greek yogurt. These are on discount, and I hate how much single-use plastic is in there, but I do think they'll be good for snacks, and they were $2.02 for a lot of apples. Zach has been seeing these. He said like every time we go to the grocery store and always has wanted to try them, so this was the week he'll be trying them. Lifesavers and Starburst sparkling ices. We had one of these. It was the pink Starburst one. He got 2. We had one of them on the way home, and it does taste like a pink Starburst and is a 5-cal drink. Tomatoes, pickles, green hatch chilies, my Alani's for the week. I'm trying not, I'd gotten in the habit of having an Alani like every day after coffee, which was not something that I would like to be in the habit of. So I'm trying to do just like not every single day, but just maybe a couple for like a treat on a few days through the week. These are Zach's cold brews that he has for morning coffee. And then we have eggs, a pound of smoked salmon. This is one of my lunch recipes, or goes in one of my lunch recipes for the week. Some Bonza pasta, pineapple, these crackers that are gonna be my lunch. And then I gotten these 2 granolas. This has been my favorite granola lately, the Bare Naked Cacao and Cashew Butter Crunch. But then I'm also trying today Vanilla Almond Crisp. It is lower calorie, same amount of protein, and less added sugar. So I was like, I'll just try it and see if I like this flavor just as much as I like cacao and cashew butter. But this one is so good. Some beans and corn. Zach's gonna be making chili today, so that's where all the like tomatoes and beans and beef and everything is going to go. And then this was discount. 42 tampons for $6.38. Felt like a great deal to me. And then Zach got these for himself. It's a Cetaphil, 2 face washes and 2 moisturizers, and it was $7.40. I need to put all of this away, but I feel so thrilled with everything we got this weekend, and I'm excited for all of the healthy options that there will be this week for meals. I had a bit of a burst of energy last night where I did so many things that I'd been like putting off on my to-do list and got this place looking very clean without clutter. And I even hand washed some laundry, which is still drying back there. I always forget how long things take to dry when hand washing them because they like obviously miss the spin cycle, and that's the whole purpose of hand washing. But that's the one thing that makes the rest of this not look so clean. But like I picked up so much clutter. Don't know if you can tell. So while I'm riding that high of just like, wow, that was amazing. Because also it took me like an hour and a half, which for the amount of time that I've been putting off like going through the mail and doing the hand washing and just picking up the things around. You would think that it would take like a whole day or something. So I'm riding the high of that feeling, but I'm also like, but what if I can do just like a little bit more? So I think I'm gonna try to knock off a few more things that have been on my to-do list just to chase the feeling of how great it will be whenever they're done. One of those things, which is like not low effort, probably medium effort, but super high reward, is going to be cleaning my bathroom. Everything just needs to get like wiped down. For some reason, my bathroom gets so dusty. So like all of my skincare products and stuff that sit out just get so dusty, which is kind of gross. But just means that like things need a wipe down, and I can probably just like reorganize and put things back in their place. And I've been not doing that. Like I've been putting it off, and then I'll go to like do my morning skincare and be like, oh, my bathroom, like I want to clean it, or like I want it to be clean. And it's probably been like 2 weeks that I've just been putting that off. And so that is something that I want to do. And then also, as you may remember, recently we traded our bedroom. It used to be this room over here, and now it is this room over here. And we put the bed together. The bed is in there. I'm loving the bed. But then is when we like went on our trips and everything. And so it kind of just took a pause. So bedroom is not in its final state. One big thing that needs to happen that truly is a really big thing is switching the closets. So our spare closet with all of our just like extra boxes, like Christmas tree, like all of the things are in our what is now our bedroom closet, and then all of our clothes are in what is now our spare room closet, and those need to trade. And so I'm going to try to do that today too. Knew I'd find it. This closet is now empty and ready for clothes to get moved into it. All of the things that were in it, we were just saying, I feel like it's very surprising how much actually fits in that closet, because it did not look that full whenever we started emptying. But like, that's a lot. And then over here is everything that I need to move into our now bedroom closet. At the bottom of this, there's like a dead like centipede, and its like legs are off.
Oh wow.
That's so gross. I was worried it was gonna be a spider, which I feel like would be kind of gross too, but probably just been in closets long enough. I may need you to do your shirts just because lifting them off the high rack is a lot for me. Our leftover moving box. Like, let's never bring unpacked. Which makes me feel like we don't need any of it. Should I try my wedding dress?
Yeah. Fit into it easily.
We've never unzipped it. This got zipped up on probably January 20th, day after 2025. I never got it cleaned, preserved, anything. Oh my gosh, as evidenced by.
All the dirt.
Yeah, that's kind of gross. Should I put it on? It's not that far off from fitting me. Like it wouldn't stay on, but. You want to get married again? Yeah, no more weddings the rest of my life. I said no more weddings the rest of my life. I do love the dress though. Elite closet pole. Does it just make you fall in love with me all over again?
I'm really swooning.
You're really swooning. I can tell. So probably the idea for meal prepping is that it's done before Monday morning, but I felt like we did enough yesterday after the closet move, which I still am feeling so great about. Oh, and the bathroom, I did that too. Yeah, I felt like we did enough yesterday. So meal prepping this morning, it is a dill chicken salad. Never made it before. Found it because I was looking up easy lunches, high protein, and I was looking for something like under 500 calories or so. And dill pickle chicken salad came up, and I was like, that sounds like something that would be very easy to love. Relatively easy prep too, as long as I can chop things fast enough. So I have 1.5 pounds of pulled chicken in the bowl over there. I added 2 tablespoons of pickle juice, juice from the pickles. I am now dicing. It said for a cup of diced pickles, so I pulled out 4 halves from a Grillo's pickle. And I imagine this will end up being about a cup. And then other than this, we also have a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of Greek yogurt for the sauce. We have some green onions. It calls for garlic. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna put garlic in just because I feel like if I'm making a lunch to bring with me to work for a lot of this week, I've already got pickle in there. Like, I don't know how fragrant I need to be doing to eat in public. Here are all my chopped pickles. Trying to down my coffee at the same time. I'm really fine on, like, I have 20 minutes before I would have to leave, so I feel like I'm fine on time. So I just put everything into MyFitnessPal, like in a recipe, just to see what the whole bowl ended up being, like protein wise. And if I do the whole recipe, and then if I'm gonna split it into 4, like have a 1/4 of it each day, 48 grams of protein. Because it is majority chicken, obviously, but like hopefully it just has enough of that pickle taste to just taste great. I feel like this is a win.
You need to like, there you go. Oh, perfect.
As I say, I gotta turn that exposure down. That's beautiful.
Are you trying to do like the headphone ones or?
reflex for us. We'll pose in the mirror.
I had a day that felt like such classic social work. Like I feel like I don't know, it's like the days that I would have like pictured when becoming a social worker. That also kept me about 2 hours late, but that's in the past. I get paid for hours late that I stay if I do end up staying them. I just like hung out with a child for multiple hours until they could be in a safer situation. Luckily, my colleague was the one doing like actually all of the social working, and I truly just got to hang out with child for many, many hours. But it was very fulfilling. Like, I don't know. It reminded me of the happy feelings that I get because I like doing what I do and I picked a career well, I suppose. And like I said, I fully got lucky in it because I wasn't even actually doing social working. I was just hanging out. But despite being a day that I stayed late, I ended up just feeling quite fulfilled and relatively energized, which is a great distinction to the opposite feelings that you could get for staying late for other reasons or busier reasons or running around reasons, things like that. So I'm feeling good as the week continues, truly. Today, I'm the only social worker on my team that is like physically in person. There is one that's working from home, so she'll be able to do a lot of things as well, just not like physically in the hospital. If there's anything that comes up that like literally needs a physical person, that'll be me today. But I'm ready for it. Gonna use my energized feelings to my benefit while I have them. And just to show the duality of social work, I finished the week by having more sad things happen, but ones that have like challenged me, I feel like, to really reflect on how to do my role best and like making sure like each step of the way that I'm being who a family needs me to be within my role at that time. Like I feel like this week was a kind of packed one for social work, but I think it's making me a better social worker. And I like that feeling. It's like taking intentionality. I think it's easy, and I think I've hit it before, where being in a role for a long enough length of time, you just start to feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Like it becomes sort of autopilot. And I feel like this week was harder with like various mixes of situations, but that has inspired me to like make sure that I'm continuing to grow and like continuing to refine myself. In all honesty, it's like spring break season. And so there's lots of people that are on PTO and taking weeks off and going on trips and everything. And so coverage was lower this week, but the people that I was working with, like my coverage team, we were such a well-oiled machine. Like I felt incredible as far as that aspect of things this week, because I felt like I was really like grinding and working hard, but in a way that felt so productive and like so cohesive, and communication was like on point, and even like all of the hard things that were coming up this week, like I felt well supported and I felt like I could support other people, which is fulfilling. And the work week ended up being one of those weeks. Positive, not derogatory. It's Saturday morning now. Last night, Zach and I went to the Beltline and walked 6 miles after work, which I just loved. Lots of times I feel like I get home and then we're just like in the apartment and I can find great things to do. Like I read, I clean, I like watch stuff, like have lovely cozy nights that I love. But yesterday I got home and I was like, wow, the weather is so perfect, so beautiful. And like I just felt this leftover like energy from the week. And so we went and we ate at Chiringa on the Beltline, and then walked from like East Side Beltline, like close to Krog Street Market. We walked all the way south to as south as the Beltline goes right now, and then turned around and came back. And great walk, loved it. So far this morning I am sitting and doing my YouTube work. I have edited a whole video and I'm getting it ready to upload, and then I think I'm gonna start editing this video too, because I love that we have been in town for 2 weekends in a row. Next weekend we're breaking that. Next weekend I'm going back out of town. And I think what my plan is to do a vlog from like Monday to Sunday, so that we can do a whole work week, more in-depth than this week. This was like a little slice of life video, little like moments. Planning on doing a more in-depth work week times weekend trip. That will be so fun. So I'm excited to show you, and I'm excited to bring you along, but I hope you've enjoyed hanging out for these minutes that we have today. Make sure to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you next time.